Please welcome Mayor of the City of Lawrence, Deb Whitfield.
Good evening. Mic's on. Can you hear me? Well, good evening, everyone. I'm going to put on my readers, so bear with me. But this is an exciting night for the city of Lawrence. I want to take this opportunity to thank you all so much for being here. It's wonderful to see so many Lawrence residents. I want to take this opportunity to say thank you to my family and my dear friends for being here this evening. As you all know, I have no family here. And so for the ones that are here with me, I just always want to say thank you. If we have any elected officials being here celebrating tonight with us, I would love to send out a very special thank you to you, and I would like for you to stand, please. I want to say a very special thank you to our amazing partners at the Metropolitan School District of Lawrence Township. To Superintendent Dr. Sean Smith, to the Lawrence Central High School, Franklin Bush, in particular for agreeing to host this event this evening. Let me begin by saying tonight is the first time in many years that a Lawrence Mayor's State of the City address is open to the public and free of charge. When I made the decision to open tonight to the community, I knew we needed a location that was easily accessible to all residents in Lawrence, a place where everyone can feel welcome and safe, and definitely somewhere that has plenty of free parking spaces. And of course, Dr. Smith and Principal Bush stepped up and literally opened their doors so that all of us could come together tonight. It's the kind of thing neighbors do for each other. And a perfect example of why we're so excited to welcome Lawrence School as a new neighbor at the fort when the construction of their Lawrence Township Education and Community Center is completed next year. I know the partnership between the City of Lawrence, the Fort Harrison Reuse Authority, and Lawrence School will only continue to grow stronger and closer as we look to the future together. It was tremendously important to me that this event be open to each and every resident of Lawrence, because let me tell you, I'm not here tonight to talk about the state of my city. I'm here to talk about the state of your city, of our city. I campaigned on a promise of transparency, and your presence here this evening helps me fulfill that pledge. And I'll make another promise to those of you here tonight. While I am mayor, these discussions about the state of your city will never take place behind closed doors. We'll never require a fee to get in. We'll never ask more of you than what you have already proven to me this evening by being here, that you care deeply about Lawrence community. So it's my pleasure tonight to tell you that the state of the city of Lawrence, Indiana, is strong and getting stronger every day. From the moment I took oath of office as your mayor, it's been my commitment to work as hard as I can to build on the great things already happening here and make the city of Lawrence the best place in central Indiana to live, work, and play. I'll do that with all the strength God gives me on behalf of each and every member of our community, every single day. But the strength of the city does not begin and end with the mayor. It lies in the hearts of the people who call it home, and in those who work to make the city a better home for others. That includes leaders like Representative John Bartlett, who has spent 17 years advocating Lawrence at the Indiana General Assembly. It includes State Senator Kyle Walker, a lifelong Lawrence resident who sat down with me a few weeks ago to talk about our shared love for the people of this city, because love of community crosses all political lines and parties. It includes our colleagues in Indianapolis, like City Indianapolis Council Allie Brown, Nick Roberts, Keith Graves, and Lakeisha Jackson. It includes our Lawrence Township Board Chair, do I need to say his name? Fred Freeman. It includes working with our Lawrence, I'm reading my notes. Our Lawrence Township Trustee, Steve Talley. And you know, it does include Mayor Joe Hossett, a tremendous leader and partner who has stepped up to ensure the city of Lawrence has what it needs to thrive in the northeast part of Marion County. I just want to take a few minutes to say thank you, Mayor Joe. You have been a great friend to me and to the people of Lawrence. And, of course, it includes the late Indiana State Senator Jean Burrow. It's possible no one ever has or perhaps will ever work harder to make the city of Lawrence a wonderful, welcoming place for the rest of us than she did. Senator Burrow didn't merely represent the Lawrence community, she fought for it. She believed in it. She loved it. She loved you and her neighbors. You know, for years, Senator Burrow took money she could have used to send political mailers touting her own accomplishments. And instead, she used it to send birthday cards, graduation letters to Lawrence residents, congratulating them on their accomplishments. That's the kind of example she left for us, and it's one I hope we'll try to honor her in her memory. Please bow with me for a moment of silence. We miss you, Jean. We've been blessed in Lawrence to have some of the most devoted public servant a person could find anywhere. We have Common Council members of our deeply dedicated Lawrence Common Council, the most diverse council in Lawrence history, and one of maybe the only major woman city council, majority women, you think? I think in all central Indiana. Please stand. It was my honor to serve on the Lawrence Common Council the past 4 years, and as mayor, I'm committed to continuing collaborating with the council as we move the city of Lawrence forward together. We also have our new city clerk, please stand, Latrice Atkinson, the first Black African-American person to be elected clerk of the city of Lawrence. Our public safety leaders. Where's my chiefs? I'm going to ask my chiefs to stand, please. Our public safety leaders. Chief Curtis Bigsby of the Lawrence Police Department. Chief Bob Wallace of the Lawrence Fire Department. Well, I'm going to say this, Bob, I hope you're enjoying your trip on the boat. But we have Chief Dow. Can you stand, please? This incredible group of department heads and senior staff who come to work every day with the mission of making our collective dreams of Lawrence a reality. Some of these individuals are new to the City of Lawrence government, and I appreciate the innovation and new perspectives they've brought with them. Others in this group have served the City of Lawrence for 20, 30, in some cases almost 40 years. I'm so glad these long-term employees accepted my invitation to stay in their roles and be a part of the Whitfield administration. Could they stand, please? Thank you. People often said, to understand where you're going, you need to know where you've been. The depth and breadth of the institutional knowledge these long-time employees contribute means your City of Lawrence team possesses a diverse mix of talent and perspectives that balances fresh ideas about where we're going with the long view of where we've been. And I'm proud to work with every member of this team. Of course, your City of Lawrence team isn't the only team out here making Lawrence proud. Right over here, LC basketball team, we have the 2023-24 IHSAA Class 4A Girls Basketball State Champions, Lady Bears. In February, these young women brought a girls' basketball state championship home to the Lawrence Central for the first time in their program history, after becoming just the third girls' basketball team in Indiana to win over 30 games in a season. And what about Coach Lampley? When the Lady Bears sealed their own win over Lake Central, Coach, you became the first Black woman coach in Indiana's history to win an IHSAA Girls Basketball State Championship. And you know what? She did that in less than 2 years after becoming head coach. That's why this evening, Coach and every one of these phenomenal Lady Bears have received an official mayor commendation. I thought it was going to be a proclamation, but a mayoral commendation, recognizing their commitment to excellence and their dedication to each other, their hard work, and their faith that they could achieve their dreams by working together as a team. I'm now going to ask to join me on stage Dr. Smith, Principal Bush, and Coach. Please join me on stage and let's recognize the pride of the City of Lawrence, the 2023-24 IHSAA Girls Basketball Champion, Lawrence Central Lady Bears.
It is such an honor to meet you. Oh my God. And you do have family here, right?
Oh, sorry. We're up here talking. All these girls, she just told me are going to be my family.
You are our family.
Oh, thank
ma'am.
you. Well, this is on behalf of the mayor and the city. You gotta give me a hug.
Yeah, I got
You know, we are family, right? We're family. Love you so much. On the seat, oh, sorry, we're so busy talking. Thank you. Thank you so much. Lady Bears, on your seat is a special momentum for me, a picture, and a folder with the accommodation in there for you individually and the coaches. On behalf of the city, we are so proud of each and every one of you. You know, it wasn't by accident that Coach and her daughters came to LC. Coach and her husband, they chose LC because they felt it was the best fit for them and their family. It was all the work that people like Dr. Smith and Principal Bush had been doing for years to make Lawrence School the exceptional educational institution they are, that ended up attracting the exceptional coach and excellent players. It's a great reminder that none of us really achieve success on our own. We're always building on the hard work and success of those who came before. The same is true for me as mayor. I said before, I didn't run for mayor of Lawrence to save a city that I thought was failing. No, I ran to make a city I already knew was great and want to become even greater. To build on the hard work and well-deserved success of the previous administration. I am proud that I ran to unite neighborhoods of Lawrence behind the great things that were already happening here, and to help lead this community to the great things I know are still to come. But I'm a firm believer that to lead, you have to listen. That's why one of my priorities for the first 100 days as mayor was the formation of the Lawrence Community Advisory Council. The members of this council are faith leaders, neighborhood association representatives, grassroots leaders, local business owners, people who know the city of Lawrence inside and out and can speak in an authentic way to the priorities and the need of our residents. They will help bring your voices straight into the mayor's office so the decisions we make always reflects what we're hearing from you. If I have any members of the Lawrence Community Advisory Council, please stand. Please remain standing. I am proud to announce tonight that the Lawrence Community Advisory Council had its first meeting last week at our government center, where we laid the foundation for our work together over the next 4 years. Yes, a few members of the Advisory Council are here this evening. Could you please stand and be recognized? Because I want everyone to see you so that after, if they need something, have some ideas, they're gonna hunt you down, right? Thank you for your willingness to serve. Thank you. I am confident the members of the Community Advisory Council and our Lawrence Common Council share my vision of the city of Lawrence as a community that cares, a community that connects, a community that creates, because these characteristics that make Lawrence a community of opportunity, one where everyone has the opportunity to thrive, lead, and succeed. Now, to thrive, people need safety and security. That's why my administration is making unprecedented investments in public safety, including allowing and allocating more than $2 million in American Rescue Plan Act funds to support the purchase of new bulletproof vests for members of our Lawrence Police Department, and training and education for members of our Lawrence Fire Department, to provide updated EMS equipment for our emergency responders, outfit our animal control unit, and so much more. We're also working to grow our police force. On April 2nd, I had the honor of swearing in the largest ever hiring class in LPD history, adding 8 merit officers and 4 reserve officers to the LPD's rank. Thanks to the tireless effort of Chief Bigsby, 62 of LPD's 65 authorized sworn personnel positions are filled. Did you hear me? 62 out of 65. 2 more recruits are ready to be sworn in within the next few weeks. By the end of 2024, we will have all 65 sworn officer positions filled for the very first time, this most robust Lawrence police force ever. In February, Chief Bigsby rolled out a new opportunity for Lawrence residents and businesses to collaborate with LPD through the new Scam Came program, a 100% volunteer initiative that allows residents and businesses to register their willingness to share private video surveillance footage with the LPD, if requested. In addition, I'm pleased to announce tonight that the Whitfield administration will soon appoint our city's first ever crime analyst to support the work of LPD. This individual will collect and analyze law enforcement data to identify patterns and trends in criminal activity here in Lawrence to allow LPD to deploy resources and personnel even more effectively, strategically, as they safeguard the security of our residents. Crime is not the only threat to our collective safety, of course. The Lawrence Fire Department plays a crucial role in the well-being of this community. Many of you may recall the opening of the incredible 17,700-foot fire station for Ladder Company 38 back in September of 2023, or the unveiling of the Safe Haven baby box at the station in December. Well, this January, under the leadership of our new chief, Bob Wallace, the department installed opiate rescue kits at each LFD 5 firehouses. The boxes are located in the lobby of each station and contains free Narcan doses and fentanyl test strips that anyone can take and use with no question asked. Excuse me. As you can see, our first responders continue to find new ways to care for our residents here in Lawrence. So I believe it's incumbent on me as mayor to keep finding new ways to care for them. That's why I'm thrilled tonight to announce a new partnership between the City of Lawrence, Lawrence LFD, and Community Health Network and the Community Health Network Foundation to provide the state-of-the-art cancer screening for all Lawrence firefighters. For the rest of us, the moment firefighters extinguish a fire, the danger is over. But for them, the danger is just beginning. Due to the toxic compounds and the particulates they encounter fighting that fire, that's why cancer has become a leading cause of death among firefighters, accounting for nearly 2/3 of line-of-duty death in the firefighter nationwide. But thanks to our new partnership with Community Health and its foundation, this June, all Lawrence Fire Department firefighters will be eligible to undergo an innovative cancer screening process capable of identifying a much broader range of cancers than the general population is typically screened for. The entire $100,000 cost for this process is being covered through our partnership with Community Health, allowing us to provide better care for our firefighters at no additional cost to the taxpayer. This program is special to me, not only because I spent almost 30 years working at Community Health, but because it demonstrates how being a community that cares, in this case for our first responders, and a community that connects with partners like Community Health, for example, allows Lawrence to be a community of opportunity. Allows Lawrence to be a community of opportunity. I want to say that a couple of times, that sounds good. Allows Lawrence to be a community of opportunity, where we now have the possibility of helping to save our firefighters' lives in return for all they do to save our lives. That tradition of caring deeply embedded in the history of the city of Lawrence, thanks in a large part to the significant presence of the U.S. military service members and veterans in our community. In fact, I like to ask any U.S. veterans who are here tonight to stand and raise your hand to be recognized. U.S. veterans. Thank you for your service. You cared for all of us. Now it's our turn to care for you. And to help us do that, tonight, I'm announcing the appointment of U.S. Army Reserve Battalion Commander, combat veteran, and longtime veterans advocate, Matt Hall, as our city's first ever military veteran liaison. Is Matt here? Is Matt here? Okay. With Matt's support and leadership, the City of Lawrence will continue its annual tradition of honoring Blue Star families and supporting our veterans, while seeking out new opportunities to ensure we're answering the call to care for our veterans, just as they answer the call to care for our country. As we move forward into the summer months, my administration will also look to increase opportunities to care for the health and well-being of all Lawrence residents. When the Fort Bend Farmers Market resumes in June, we'll begin incorporating a variety of on-site basic health services and screenings. The Lawrence Park and Recreation Department will continue to expand offerings of healthy activities for youth and adults alike. And in the coming months, I will appoint our city first ever Chief Medical Officer to advise my administration on the public health needs of our residents and lead development of additional programs to improve the health and well-being of everyone who calls the city of Lawrence home. Connectivity significantly impacts a community's well-being as well, whether we're talking about roads, transit, trails, and greenways, or basic human connection. We're fortunate that previous City of Lawrence administration, just like the people who live here, have always placed a high value on building connections to each other and to the surrounding community. When Fort Harrison was formally decommissioned in 1996, one of the first projects the Fort Harrison Reuse Authority started on was opening 56th Street by building a bridge over the railroad tracks, illustrating once again what it means to be a community of opportunity. Other small U.S. cities built around military bases became ghost towns after their base was decommissioned. Not Lawrence. By focusing on connection and connectivity, we built bridges, sometimes literally to opportunity. The work of the Reuse Authority led to the creation of our beautiful state park, a golf course, a public library, retail locations, restaurants, and a wide variety of new housing developments. By 2020, less than 25 years after the decommissioning of Fort Harrison, the population of the city of Lawrence was growing at 2 times the rate of the rest of Indiana. As mayor, I am proud to carry this legacy of connection and connectivity forward. That begins with the announcement tonight that last week, the Indiana Department of Transportation awarded the city of Lawrence a community crossing matching grant of just over $1 million to invest in repairs, resurfacing of some of the most deteriorated roads in our city. This wonderful news comes just as our Department of Public Works has begun a much-needed road repair in the historic district of Lawrence. We carry that legacy of connectivity forward through the $5 million Next Level Trails Grant Governor Holcomb and the Indiana Department of Natural Resources awarded my past administration in December of '23. In partnership with Indy Urban Wilderness and Indy Parks, we will begin construction this year on the nearly 2-mile extension of the Fall Creek Greenway from Lee Row at 63rd Street to the Upper Look Trail at Geist Crossing. That's connecting the city of Lawrence to downtown Indianapolis, the growing network of paths that provide connectivity, mobility, and recreation opportunities for Lawrence residents and visitors. Of course, the Fall Creek Greenway expansion won't be the only new connection between the city of Lawrence and downtown Indianapolis this year. Thanks to the hard work and dedication of the team at Indigo, the Purple Line bus rapid transit route is expected to be completed this fall. When it opens, the Purple Line will operate 365 days per year, with buses coming every 10 minutes during peak ride share times, offering rapid transit connection between Lawrence and downtown Indianapolis, access to work, education, healthcare, restaurants, recreation, entertainment, and shopping opportunities for roughly 58,000 people within walking distance of the line. But the Purple Line won't just make it easier for Lawrence residents to get out and about in Indianapolis. It would help bring people from all over Indy and beyond to visit our community of opportunity, a community that understands the values of connection. That's understanding is why I made it a priority to visit every Lawrence governmental department during my first 100 days, to connect with staff and learn all I could about the work that they do for the city, our city, day in and day out. That's why I went to visit the Lawrence DPW salt barn in January, why I made sure to visit all 3 shifts at the Lawrence fire stations earlier this year. It's why I've done multiple ride-alongs with members of the Lawrence Police Department, and why I toured the Lawrence utility in February. It's a big part of why I ran for mayor in the first place, to revitalize the connection between and among the neighborhoods of a united Lawrence. I witnessed those renewed connections taking place in real time on April 8th, when 2,500 people gathered at Community Park for the Total Eclipse Fort Bend Festival. People came hours before and stayed hours after that spectacular eclipse to enjoy live music, to dance, and to eat food from one of the dozen local food vendors that participated. The same sense of community connection could be felt at our February 29th Black History Month celebration. The same sense of community connection could be felt at the Spring Fling on March 30th. It will be felt at the Fiesta Lawrence, at Loggers, and at the Loggers in Lawrence, at the Juneteenth Jubilee, and at the Winterfest later this year. And to deepen those connections even further, tonight, I am announcing a mayor's small business tour, which will kick off later this year. Planning soon will begin in this series of visits to small businesses in every corner of Lawrence. Our visits will be documented in a series of videos highlighting the talent of this city's hardworking entrepreneurs and introducing Lawrence neighbors and visitors alike to places they may not have frequented yet. We'll also be highlighting the rapid growth of our city arts and culture scene in and around the Civic Plaza and for the Fort Bend Cultural Campus. We'll continue to build on the hard work of prior Lawrence administrations who choose to see and capture opportunity in the closure of the military base and developed it in its place, a hub of creative energy and artistic outlet. Our partners at Heartland Film Festival and Arts for Lawrence will continue to expand their offering and programs celebrating the many cultures of our Lawrence residents. All this creativity will foster new opportunities for economic development in Lawrence. My administration will look to continue attracting new restaurants, retail shop on the fort, while we're carefully planning for economic development and growth that will serve all the neighborhoods of Lawrence and provide opportunity for all who lives here. That is my vision as mayor of the city of Lawrence. I look around me and see a community that cares, a community that connects, a community that creates. And together, we'll continue to build in Lawrence a community of opportunity where everyone has a chance to thrive, to lead, and to succeed. As I close tonight's address, I want to employ each and every one of you, your family, your friends, your neighbors, to reach out as residents of Lawrence and understand it is time. Thank you, and God bless you.